So this is Mafia for the PlayStation 2. It's quite similar to the GTA games, only it's set in the 1930s. It's quite a fun game actually, and it's pretty interesting driving the really old-fashioned cars in it and stuff. So basically you're working for the Mafia, that's the boss and that's you. And it says on the back, Mafia is a 3D action crime epic set in the seedy underworld of the 1930s. Rise from the lowly but well-dressed foot soldier to an envied and feared made man in an era of mob hits, car chases and bootlegging. Each earn a reputation as a tough enforcer, daring getaway driver and deadly hitman in your quest for respect and power within the Solari family. Join the family. So there's the disc and the manual. Let's get the manual out. And yeah, the manual is quite colourful actually. Most PS2 manuals aren't colourful at all. So there it says Lost Heaven Courier. Sorry about the glare. So it's talking about the heads-up display, combat, vehicles, police. The police are quite strict in this game. They're a lot more strict than what they are in the GTA games. For example, they'll come after you if you run a red light, or even if you like knock over a garbage can. Speeding as well, if you go over 60 miles an hour they'll come after you. But they won't come after you if you drive on the sidewalk or pavement for some strange reason. Okay, yes, that's showing Solari's bar. Probably pronounced that wrong. You've also got free roam in the game as well, and racing. So these are the characters. Again, that's you, that's the boss. And you usually work with Paula. So yeah, let's take a look at Mafia on the PlayStation 2. I think this is a pretty good game, but it does have its flaws. The worst flaw that the game has, and it's pretty bad, it's the amount of load times that there are throughout the game and how long they go on for. For example, here's a load time now, so this will give you an idea of how long they can go on for. You'll get this load time whenever you go from one island to another. I know you get it in the older GTA games, but the load times in the older GTA games were nowhere near as long as the load time in this game. You also have to wait through a load time every time before you start a mission. It's not always. Sometimes it can be about as long as that load time that you just saw then. Other times it's not so long. I'm not sure why it differs, and every time you have to retry a mission, you've got to wait through a load time. And usually it's quite short, but it's all in all it's quite frustrating always having to wait through load times all the time. The gameplay itself though is it's great. It's quite a fun game. It mainly consists of driving different vehicles and on foot third-person shooting. And as you can see, I failed the mission. I'm retrying the mission, and this is a load time that I'm having to wait through. Usually when you retry missions, usually the load times aren't as long as this one, but this one it's quite a long one. Yep, still loading. So yeah, when I first started playing this game, before I properly got into it, the load times completely wrecked the game for me. So add that with the clunky controls and slow vehicles and poor draw distance, I just thought this game is terrible, and I'm going to sell it on eBay. So I actually put the game away to sell it on eBay, but I thought before selling it I wouldn't mind doing a review on it first. So I got the game back out again and started playing it to record some gameplay footage, and then for some reason the game just started to grow on me and I started to enjoy it, and now I don't really notice the load time. Well, I notice the load times, but they don't seem to be as big of an issue anymore now, and I do enjoy the game quite a lot. So I am glad that I basically gave the game another chance without really meaning to, if that makes any sense. The graphics in the game, it depends really. They are quite ropey, and the draw distance in the game is absolutely terrible. But in some parts of the game, like usually on missions, the graphics can look quite nice. They can look quite detailed and sharp. The sound, I think, is the sound in the game, I think, is great, and the music, it's okay. It's 1930s music. I'm not into that kind of music, but it obviously suits the game. It works. I don't mind it. So you've usually got like 1930s music playing in the background, whether you're driving or whether you're on foot. It doesn't matter really. The difficulty of the game is quite high. I found myself getting stuck very early on in the game and having to retry the mission over and over again. First off, like when you're driving, it's very easy for the police to end up being after you. As you can see, I crashed into just like a little dustbin and I've now got a ticket. If I was to stop now, the police wouldn't arrest me, they'd just write me a ticket, and you get like this little cutscene and you've got to wait. But if you don't surrender and you carry on driving, they'll eventually want to arrest you, and you'll see the handcuffs icon on the screen like you can see now. You can lose the police, but if you don't manage to, if they're after you for quite a while, you'll get a wanted level like you can see now. And to get rid of the wanted level, you've got to lose the police and just stay out of the way where they can't see you, and then your wanted level, the red bar, it will just slowly go down. The cutscenes in the game are quite good. They're quite fun to watch.
Wonderful. Take a seat. It all went well?
Sure, boss. He's a natural. Before they could say cannolis, they were wheelers. And before they could recover, we were gone. Morello's probably pretty pissed right now.
Really? I'm glad to hear it.
He's one tough customer.
In that case, welcome to the family, Tommy. You've passed the first test.
It's an honor, sir.
And now we've got a new member.
I'd like to take him into the outfit, boss. You can see.
Hey, Tom, I think this'll do the trick.
So to continue talking about the difficulty, not only is it easy for the police to end up coming after you, and that can cause you to keep failing a mission. You can also die quite easily from crashing. If you crash a few times, you can just end up losing all of your health and dying. The actual missions themselves, when you're on foot, when it's third person shooting, those are difficult as well. It's quite hard to aim. I think that's the main thing that makes them difficult, is the aiming really. And the health pickups are very few and far between. So as you can see here, this guy, he teaches you how to pick lock cars and hotwire them and stuff. So when you first start playing the game, you won't know how to get into most of the cars or to hotwire them, but this guy teaches you how to do it. So when he teaches you how to like hotwire a car, how to pick lock a car. From then on, you'll always be able to steal that type of car in the game. The game also has a free roam mode, but it seems a bit pointless. There's not really much to do. You have a massive selection of cars to choose from in free roam, and some of them are quite cool. There's quite a lot of interesting vehicles. But all you can do really is just kind of kill other mobsters or gangsters or whatever you call them on the street, and you get money for that. And you can be a taxi driver and get money for that as well. And then it seems the only thing that you can spend your money on is just buying health from the hospital. And then if you exit out of free roam and then go back into it, the money that you've earned, it's disappeared. So, and that's pretty much it. So it kind of seems a bit pointless, really. There's also races in the game as well, and they're not really that fun because a lot of the cars that you race in are quite slow and clunky. So to sum up, for the most part the graphics are quite ropey. The draw distance in the game is absolutely appalling. It's probably the worst draw distance that I've ever seen in a PS2 game. Sound is good, music is okay. Difficulty, the difficulty of the game is very high. Controls whether on foot or driving a car are very clunky. A lot of the vehicles are very slow. There's a lot of load times, and the load times are usually quite long. But for some reason the game, despite all of that, which makes it sound like an absolutely terrible game, for some reason I still find the game to be fun. So I guess you could call it an acquired taste, probably. I suppose I'm not really sure if I'd recommend it or not. I suppose if you're interested in playing a clunky 1930s version of GTA, then this game is probably for you. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.